to understand what it is, we have to first go back to why we are in this mess at the moment. And that was because in November 2019, the government cut taxes substantially. The value-added tax rate went from 15% to 8%. So part of the revenue enhancement is to restore those tax cuts back to the original levels. And the government has already increased tax rates to the value-added tax to 12% and plans to bring it back up to 15% next year. All of these measures are aimed at increasing the tax revenue to GDP ratio, which today happens to be one of the lowest in the world. It's at 7.3%. So Sri Lanka definitely needs to enhance revenue measures. But it could also stand to do some cuts on the expenditure side, because there are a fair number of essentially unproductive public expenditures. Perhaps one of the most important ones are the state-owned enterprises that are a huge drain on the treasury. The Sri Lankan Airlines alone, the cumulative losses of Sri Lankan Airlines, I think, comes to about 0.8% of GDP. That's half of Sri Lanka's spending on health. So if we can privatize or restructure Sri Lankan Airlines, that could lead to major savings. And then there are a host of subsidies that essentially benefit the rich, which do not help the poor. And then an important part of this adjustment program is to enhance the cash transfers that are targeted to the poor, because some of these adjustments are going to impact on the poor. They're going to have to pay higher prices for fuel and electricity when it's available, and so on. So we can make quite a lot of headway if we can increase the cash transfers to the poor. That could then enable them to pay for these higher cost goods.
Shanta, I have to ask you a blunt question. Is Sri Lanka on the verge of becoming a failed state?
It's certainly on the verge of being a fragile state. It has all the characteristics at the moment with it's not just the protests in the streets, but the protests and the queues for the fuel to the fuel stations, and now people demanding fuel, and the confrontations with the army and the police in various places. I think some people have been killed. There have been some shootouts in Mortua and some other places. So this is a very dangerous situation to be in. When people have no fuel to be able to go to work, or go shopping, go on, just use it for transport, they can get very angry. The government's response has to be to acknowledge the hardship that people have been facing. They've been in the situation of extreme shortage for 6 months now, and you don't respond by shooting people in this situation.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.